Hello everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my fourth video on Google Sheet formulas and we'll be going over few more very important formulas that we use in our day-to-day lives. As you can see here, I have some COVID data related to India's cases. This data is divided into date, region, confirmed cases, active cases, discharged and death. And also if you see, I have it on India wise as a country wise and also as state wise. So these are all the states and the dates and confirmed cases and all the data is over here. As you can see, it's more than 16,000 rows. So the first formula that I would want to show you all is a unique formula. So let me just type, and here you'll see that there's a range. Range is the data set for which you want to focus this formula on. So let's say I want the unique values that are there in column C, and then I click on comma. I'll be going into the next element of my formula. As you can see, this by column is enclosed by square brackets. What this means is a square bracket represents an optional. You can put, or you do not. It's not mandatory to put any value over there. You can just put C to C and close the bracket, and it will still be functional. But I'll still tell you what by column and exactly once is. As you can see here, there is also the help section given for the formula. The range is the data to filter by unique entries. By column, which is an optional, whether to filter the data by column or by rows. And then exactly once, whether to return only entries with no duplicates. So by default, it will only return the entries without no duplicates. Let me just close the bracket. So as you can see, C to C unique values I've gotten here. First is region. Region is not repeated, that's fine. But India is repeated. But here you can only see India as one. So you will only see each state written only one time, because those are the unique values in this table or in this range that I've put. Now that we understood what unique is, so unique has spilled the values into the neighboring cells. So there's no formula here. There's only formula on the first cell, and it has spilled all the entries into its neighboring below cells. So let's say if I want to change something, let's say I'll go to Delhi and I will put, right? So what happened here? Right now I've put Delhi with a capital. This made the cell to put Delhi capital in that cell. The value of Delhi capital is there right now. So if you go to this formula, error result was not expanded because it could not override the data in I12. I12 is this cell. It did not have the chance to override this cell because there's already data in it, and it will not be able to delete the data that is already present. Okay, if the cell is empty, it will be able to spill data into that cell, but if the cell is not empty, this is what you will be getting. You will be getting a reference error. Okay, so let me just delete this, and you will see that it has again come to the original values. All right, so let me just delete this. So the next function I want to show you is the split formula. What split does is it will split the string that is there in a cell into different cells, into different elements. Okay, let me just show you how that happens. So first you have text, then you have delimiter, which are mandatory, then you have optional values such as split by each and remove empty text. So let's say I put a text here. Okay, I am going to put the text manually. Let's say, so let's say this is the text, or this is the string that I want to split. And let's say I want to split it by a delimiter. Delimiter is the, you know, is the element by which you want to split this string. Okay, let's say I want to split it after every space. So I put a space and I click on enter. As you can see, it has spilled into the neighboring cells, and it has divided this into different elements, different words, which is separated by a space. Let's say I put, instead of space, I put a backslash. So as you can see, all of the text is in only one cell because there is no backslash in this whole sentence. So how do we use this over here? Let me first show you. As you can see, there's irregularity or lack of uniformity in the date string. This date is onto the right side and this date is onto the left side. So why this is happening is, as I've told you, the date or any number format will always automatically come to the right side unless you specify it, or unless you go and change it over here. It will always come to the left side alignment, sorry, right side alignment. Okay, as you can see, all of these are right side aligned, and this is a text and it is aligned to the left side, and this is also aligned to the left side, which makes us believe that this is a text. What I can do to see if this is a number or a text, I will click on it. Let me go over here and I'll say a number. So every date value is stored as a number. If I do the same thing, I'll go over here and click on number. It's not changing because it is not in a number format. This date is not being recognized as a number because, so in Sheet what happens is, the format for date is always month, then day, then year. So it follows the American calendar system. This is right now December 3rd, 2020. But for us, we know that, okay, this is according to Indian calendar, so it's 12th March 2020. But when I go over here, let's say I change the format. So as you can see, it has changed to December 3rd. So this is being recognized as December 3rd instead of March 12th. Okay. So there's no 13th month. So this has gone to the left side and it is being viewed as a text or a string. So firstly, what we need to do is we need to clean up this column. Okay. For that, we will use the function that we've just learned. Let me go over here. The text is this one. Let us split it by a dash. As you can see, the date has now split to 12, 3 and 2020, and there's no dash in here. Okay, so I can just copy this, and if I paste it, I'll be able to see all these over here, right? It has been split to different cells. Now what I need to do is I need to get this into month, then day, then year. So for us, this will be month, this column will be month, this column will be year, and this column will be the day. All right. So how do I join it back? So for this, I'll be showing you the next type of formula, that is join. When I enter join and click enter, first I'll need to give it a delimiter. So I can either choose a slash, backslash, or I can choose a dash, whichever is convenient for me. Right now I have taken a slash, and value of array. So I want to start giving it a value of arrays where it will join it after that array with a slash. I want this has to be my first one. I click space, then this is my second one. I click comma, then this is my third one, right? As you can see, there's a suggested autofill that is coming. I'll just click Control plus enter and it will get updated to the entire table. As you can see, this is right now in the format that we've decided, month, day and year. Let us go and check if this is working properly or not. So when I went ahead and clicked on this date format, it has not changed. The reason is, if you see this, it is still in a formula, right? It is not a string, but it is a formula. So when we are trying to change the format, it will still take it as a string, not a number, right? So for this, what do we need to do? Firstly, let us do it for all the rows. I'll go to the last row. I'll select all the rows, Control, Shift and up button, it gets selected to the topmost row or to the next row which is allocated, right? And I press Ctrl D. What Ctrl D does is it will paste all the formula, all the rows with the same formula that is there in the topmost cell. Just give it a second for it to work, because as there's a lot of rows, it will take a bit of time for it to upload the formula and work on it. So as you can see now, this data is updated. The next thing what we need to do is, let me just copy this entire row. Then I go over here, and what I'll do is I'll paste values only. There's a button. If you go over here and you paste special, and you can see that there's a paste special function or paste special option that we can do. In this, there's a paste values only. What it does is it will copy the values or the values that you can see and not the formula that was there, right? So I can either click on it over here, or else I can also use the shortcut that was provided, Control Shift V. I'll just use the Control Shift V button. If you can see here, it is in the format that we have desired. Now let us go and check it out. Voila, it has changed to March 12th, 2020. And as you can see here, this has gone haywire because there's no dash, and we are splitting it with a dash because the date is changed with a backslash and not with a dash. All right, so let me just select all of this, go over here and put it all in the same format. Right, when I clicked on date, as you can see, all of them have turned to month, day and year format, and all of them have come to the right side. So that is with the split and join function. Let me just reiterate what join does and split does. So I have a custom string I've put here. This is the one that we've saw previously. It has split all the words in the string with the delimiter space. Let us say that if I try to edit any of this, instead of small all, I'll put capital all. It will do the same thing what it has done for unique. It will give a reference error because it is not able to expand the data. It is not able to spill the data in this cell because there's already a value in that cell. What does join do? Let me just use the formula join. Let me give a delimiter, let's say slash, and then value of arrays. So here in value of arrays, I can either manually put it. Let's say I'll put some array like so I can manually put arrays like this, value of arrays, and you can see that it has joined all of them. Or what I can do is I can also select it from a cell like we have done before. I'll select I to J or I to K. I can select it like this, or also I can select it by giving a space, or sorry, by giving a comma, right? It does the same thing, but this is quicker. So right now it has concatenated, or it has joined all of these values or all of these arrays. So the next thing that we have is concat. So what concat does is it will append two values together. How it is different from join is, in join you will be able to give a delimiter, your desired delimiter, whereas in concat you will not be able to give delimiters and only you can use two values. So if I use this, then I can only use one more, and when I click on comma, you can see that there's a red button or red that has come on the comma, which means there's only two values that I can give, and it will concat these two. There's also concatenate. What concatenate does is it will append a string of values, whereas concat can only do for two values, concatenate can do multiple values. Let me just show you. So here I'm able to get all of this. So there's no delimiter here. It will just append one string to the other with without any delimiter, without any space or without any comma. It just adds one another. So that is with split, join, concat and concatenate. Thank you for watching this video. See you in my next video for more exciting formulas that we can use. Take care.